Welcome back to the Richard Sherman podcast. And I know this isn't a Dallas Cowboys podcast, but it's an NFL podcast. And Jerry has done it again. He shocked the world with insanity. They have traded Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers for Kenny Clark and 2 first-round picks on top of the Green Bay Packers, giving Micah Parsons a 4-year, $188 million deal with $136 million guaranteed. Those are the details that Schefter tweeted out. So usually you can trust those, but it looks like $47 million per year for Micah Parsons going to Green Bay, which changes the dynamic of that team drastically, throws them deep into the contender conversation. One of their huge weaknesses was just getting to the passer and being consistent on defense. And they got a game record in Micah Parsons, a 4-time Pro Bowler, a 3-time All-Pro, and it leaves the Dallas Cowboys with a head-scratching pass rush. And they didn't have a great pass rush last year. Micah Parsons misses 4 games, still ends up with 12 sacks, 75 pressures. And now you say, hey, we got 2 first-round picks. That doesn't help you now. You have your franchise quarterback now. The window is just closing, slowly, but surely closing on every team. Every team that has their quarterback right now, the window is on its way closed because they get older and older. And there's so much that I don't understand about this, but the biggest part I don't understand is you paid Dak Prescott $60 million when you didn't have to pay him $60 million. The going rate, the top of the market was $55 million at the time. And you said, hey, you know what? We care and love Dak so much. We're going to go $5 million per year above the highest paid quarterback in the National Football League because that's how much we care about our quarterback. Okay. It's your world. You do that, Jerry. You pay CeeDee Lamb top of the market. Okay, you do that, Jerry. You pay Trey Diggs top of the market at the time. Okay, you do that, Jerry. But when it comes to the 4-time Pro Bowler, the All-Pro, no off-the-field problems, you say, we don't want to do that. We don't want to pay top of the market. You could have got, when Nicholas John Bosa got paid, they could have got Micah Parsons at $34, maybe $35 million per year. And he would have been happy. Everybody would have been happy. He would still be making that. Maybe they'd be arguing that he should be up for an extension or something now, but you'd have him. And he would have gotten paid. And everybody's happy. And you got him for an affordable rate. You would have saved $10 million a year going forward. So maybe you would have had a little bit extra for an extension. But you wait until the last year of his contract, and the salary cap has jumped, $30, $40 million since then. So, of course, the number for a defensive end, the top paid non-quarterback, is going to be higher. And you say, you go into public and you call him somebody else's name. You call him Michael Parsons. Like, I can't even quantify the level of disrespect that is. I can't even quantify that. To not only just be a guy on your team, but to be one of your best players and you not even know my name and that you know my name, and that you go into a press conference and call me somebody else's name, like, my goodness, I can't. I understand Jerry's older, but that's an unforgivable mistake. You can't do it, and that's the disrespect he took it as, and that's what everybody saw. Then to double down on it, talk about how the games he missed 5 games in his career for your team, 5 games. He leads the league in QB pressures and speed of pressure since he came in 2021. He's made 4 Pro Bowls, no arrests, no off-the-field issues, nothing. For all intents and purposes, he's been a consummate professional in every sense of imagination. He's what you look for in a pro. Productive, great, consistent, leader, competitive. You got it. Cool. And you say we don't want to pay him, or you don't want to do a deal with his agent. Then you make up things that you say his agent said. I mean, all these things were digging a hole deeper and deeper and deeper for Jerry Jones. And you knew that, hey, it's getting to the point. Micah Parsons is not going to play for the Dallas Cowboys. He could play this game with you guys as long as he wanted to. He could have faked the back injury as long as he wanted to. Oh, I rolled my ankle at going out there rehabbing. I can't. I gotta keep going. And you would have had to pay him. This is all because of you, Jerry. Now You're already porous defense. They struggled last year. You didn't get a ton of pieces to improve that. Now, will health help? Health in a secondary help that some? Yeah, no question about it. You get healthier in the secondary. Hopefully Trey Diggs is healthy. Hopefully you get your guys back. But to lose arguably a top 10 player overall in the National Football League on that defense that wasn't ranked very high, and really without him on the field, the EPA for your defense is among the worst in the league. It's a head-scratching move for a team that prides itself on being contenders. A owner that prides itself on being in the mix and having a winning team and all that. Like, this does not get you closer to that. This doesn't get you closer to a Super Bowl. This gets the Green Bay Packers closer to the Super Bowl, no question about it. No question about it. They have their holes, they have their weaknesses. They're not a perfect team by any stretch of the imagination, but they are closer today to being contenders and contending for a Super Bowl than they were yesterday. And I understand 2 first-rounders and the $40 million cut. They're a super young team. You got a young quarterback. You got young receivers. You got a young defense. You don't have a lot of high number guys. And sure, they'll have to make some adjustments in the future and rearrange some things, but they're showing their team, hey, we're serious about winning. We're serious right now. We want to win right now. We think we got a good enough team, and we want to show you guys we're serious now and in the future about winning. What message is this sending to the Dallas Cowboys? And Micah was beloved in their locker room by his teammates, by your best guys, by Dak Prescott, by CeeDee Lamb, by Trey Diggs. So you're sending away one of your most impactful players, your most beloved players. Fans loved him. The only thing that could remedy this for Jerry Jones is winning. And nothing about what has happened says, oh, this team is going to be primed to make a run to the Super Bowl this year. If they do, color me surprised. Color me surprised. I don't know football as much as I think I do. I think they have enough offensively to compete with anybody. I think George Pickens is a great addition. I think that the offensive line, obviously they lose Guyton, but I think they're talented enough to make a run. But defensively, they have a lot of question marks. They did not play well last year, with or without Micah Parsons. But going into the season without him just did not seem like any stretch of imagination anybody would have fathomed they would be going in without Micah Parsons to start week 1. And they're going to play the Green Bay Packers. So he's going to have his revenge game very early on. I expect him to create chaos for the Dallas Cowboys and have another great Pro Bowl, All-Pro season. So, long story short, I don't get it. I do not understand Jerry Jones or the logic behind this. Everybody understands first-round draft picks are what they are. You've drafted well, cool. I understand that. Kenny Clark, solid guy, impactful guy. He's gonna help your defensive line, but he's not gonna help and take three offensive linemen to block him each and every play. He's not gonna have the effort. He's not gonna have the production that Micah Parsons does. If he does, then that'd be a huge addition to the Dallas Cowboys. But I just don't feel like they won this trade. I don't feel like they won this as a team trying to compete for a championship this year. As a team who's already paid their franchise quarterback $60 million. They paid him $60 million, and still, to this day, there's not a quarterback within $5 million APY of Dak Prescott. Like, that's how crazy that deal was. Like, he did it last year, and there's still not a quarterback that Burrow's $5 million off. Mahomes, per APY, I think Mahomes might be under what Micah Parsons just got. But, there's other things going on in Kansas City. I'm sure he'll change some things. It's a longer-term deal, et cetera, et cetera. He's trying to make sure they have money to pay other guys, which is why they keep finding themselves in the Super Bowl. 5 of the last 6 years? They find themselves in the Super Bowl, but that's a story for a different day. They're going to have to do something about Jerry. This got to be the last straw for Dallas Cowboys fans. And I know this is the beginning of the season and everybody's looking for optimism and reasons to have hope in their team, but this just is a head-scratching move by every stretch of the imagination. I'm trying to find a way to spin it where you guys can feel good about it, but you just lost arguably your best player for future draft picks that may or may not amount to good players. Like, not anybody that's – Kenny Clark's going to help you this year, but those 2 first-round draft picks are going to do nothing for you this season. And maybe they'll do something for you in the future, but you're looking for right now. And if you're going to make this trade, you should have made it at the draft. So you could have drafted somebody to at least help you this year. Oh, my God. This is just – it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But enough about the Cowboys. Let's talk about what this means for the Green Bay Packers, the Cheeseheads. They had a good defense last year. They had a top 5 defense in total yards per game. They had a top 6 defense. They were number 6 in scoring per game. They were even, surprisingly, for the first time in 15 years, they averaged under 100 yards rushing allowed per game. They were number 7th in the league. So you're talking about a defense that was trending in the right direction. They were 4th in turnovers, tied for 8th in sacks, and then you add Micah Parsons. You talk about a team that talks about, hey, we're serious about winning and taking the next step and getting ourselves in the mix. You trade for a player like this when you have a defense, a top 5 defense already, and you're like, hey, this will get you over the top. Yes, it will. It will definitely get you over the top. Last year, Rashawn Gary was their most dominant player, had a 12% win rate. Micah Parsons has a 20% win rate. So you talk about the good only getting better. The NFC North is a juggernaut right now. We already know what the Detroit Lions are. We already know what the Minnesota Vikings have done. Obviously, we're going to have to see what the young quarterback can do. But Flores in that defense, they had a phenomenal season last year, 14 wins, if I'm not mistaken. Chicago Bears revamped that offensive line. A new head coach. They're looking better. Their defense was pretty good. Obviously, they lose Eberflus, but they make the necessary adjustments. They have talent. Ben Johnson's doing what he can with Caleb Williams. I mean, it's Caleb Williams, I'm sure. But it's going to be a interesting ride this year. This is one of those moves that may divide a franchise, or at least a fan base, for the Dallas Cowboys. And this is something that has Green Bay Packers fans jumping for joy. A great defense just got better. A really, really good team just became a great team. They were on the fringe of contention. You're like, hey, what they need another piece. Like who was their go-to guy? Who's their, like, they have it. They have it. And so if they can do what you expect them to do offensively and they can run the ball and Josh Jacobs does what he does, I think this is going to be maybe a 13-win team in Green Bay and a top 3 defense, if not the best defense in football. But I can't take that away from the Denver Broncos with everything they did last year and what they have coming back, Defensive Player of the Year and Patrick Surtain. But this is a great move for Green Bay. And what a job they are doing right now. I can't wait to see how this plays out. I can't wait to see the game against the Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to have my popcorn ready. I'm going to be tuned in. The rivalries, the marching bands, the upsets. Saturdays just got way more fun. College football is back. Think you know the game? Put your college football knowledge to the test with DraftKings Sportsbook and turn your picks into big payouts. From live betting during the game to rivalry week, odds, boost, and much more, DraftKings Sportsbook has everything you need to stay in the action from kickoff to the final whistle. Whether you're betting on your go-to team or making moves mid-game as the momentum shifts, Saturdays are yours to own with DraftKings Sportsbook. And here's something special for first-timers. New customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the promo code RICHARD. That's code RICHARD for new customers to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Now, we're going to move on to other news in the NFL. 49ers pick up Marquez Valdez-Scantling. They pick up Brian Robinson. Everybody's practice squads get filled up. There weren't a lot of other notable moves. Amari Cooper goes back to the Las Vegas Raiders. Obviously, this Micah Parsons trade is the huge news of the day. But I'm sure there are other moves that are going to be made regarding draft picks. There's been Adam Thielen went back to the Minnesota Vikings for I think a fourth or fifth from the Carolina Panthers, and they sent a seventh and fifth back that way, or seventh and a fifth back to Minnesota, which is a cool move for them. Cool move for the Minnesota Vikings and Adam Thielen, getting to move his family back where it all started and getting to make a run with them. Obviously, they're going to be missing Addison for the first 3 games because of the suspension. So just some security there and strengthen their receiving core. I'm sure Kevin O'Connell appreciates that. He'll fit right in. Veteran guy, might be the oldest receiver in the league. I think he's 35. So good move for the Minnesota Vikings. The season's right around the corner. It's going to be a great year. I'm excited. First game of the season, the Seattle Seahawks versus the San Francisco 49ers. That's a game I am totally invested in. I am going to be watching that from start to finish, pregame, see how these two teams compete, see how it all shakes out. San Francisco hasn't been very healthy and hasn't seen their full ones out on the field in a real game yet. Seattle hasn't put their total first-team defense out there in a game, but their offensive line looks better. That run scheme that Clint Kubiak is putting out there looks phenomenal. Obviously, you know what you're going to get from JSN and Cooper Kupp. Looking to get K9 healthy. If he's healthy, Charbonnet looked good in the preseason. San Francisco still has Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy got his money. He looks great. Nicholas John Bosa will be healthy. Fred Warner, Diamador and Lenore, the normal suspects. And the big question mark will be that defensive line. If the defensive line can hold up and be impactful, and the D tackles can hold up the young D tackles, it's going to be a great year and a great competitive NFC West with the Rams obviously getting Devontae Adams and continuing what they were able to do last year. They took the Eagles to the wire and had a chance to go to the NFC Championship game in that snow game. And as long as they have Matthew Stafford, I think they got a chance to be in the mix. So the NFC West will be competitive as ever. The Arizona Cardinals, it's to be seen. What Kyler Murray is gonna do. Is he gonna be able to stay healthy? If he stays healthy, what are they gonna be able to do win-wise? It's kind of been a roller coaster for those fans. I'm sure they're saying the same thing. But as always, the season preview is coming up soon. Stay tuned. As always, I appreciate you. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And man, I thank you for that. Have a great day, beautiful, blessed day. Be with your family and friends. All love.